Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today I wanted to take the time to look at the Phase 4 population demographics for Season of Discovery. The new numbers just dropped, and they are fantastic. Nearly doubling from what we saw last week, and it just shows a great healthy upward trend, and that is always absolutely fantastic when you're talking about a video game and where it has been and where it is coming back. So many people are coming back in droves, and it makes me so happy for someone who's been supporting SoD since the beginning and going as hard as I have with it. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I am going to switch it over here to show you guys the number demographic data that we have been using for our comparison videos. Unfortunately, the Kaghoe population is not updated for this week. However, the SoD one is. So right here we have the bulk of Phase 1. This is where it dropped off and became Phase 2. This is where it became Phase 3. And this is where it became Phase 4 all the way at the end. So peak Phase 1 had almost 500,000 players. Now, obviously, take this with a grain of salt because this is alts as well. You could have leveled a character to 25 and rated BFD in essentially 8 hours if you were truly grinding and going very hard at it. So that is influenced that number quite a bit. I know some weeks I even was able to do all 8 BFDs with 8 of my characters. It was something for sure. I only did that like once, but right there you could see how many, I'm sure multiple people had 1 to 2 characters, and I think that is highly reflected when we get to Phase 2 here. We see that, it's about nearly half of this, and Phase 2 leveling to 40 was such an endeavor and it's extreme commitment compared to 1 to 25. So leveling also from 25 to 40 before the EXP buff was pretty challenging. And then you can see when we got to Phase 3, we had another fall off. That's just mainly going from 40 to 50. People didn't really like Nomer as well. Sunken Temple being 20-man definitely turned off a lot of people. This is when sort of my guild kind of stopped raiding and a lot of people quit. We were running like 3 or 4 Nomers, and then we went down to just 1 Sunken Temple. So you kind of hate to see that, but it is what it is. And then right around here, when we went from 160 to 130,000, this is where they announced that Phase 4 was going to be delayed. And as you can see, it trickled all the way down to 20,000 people raiding Sunken Temple from at Phase 4 launch. So that's kind of crazy. And then we see with Onyxia and Azurgos, it doubled, which is awesome. And then it nearly doubled again for Molten Core launch. And while this is completely determined by people raiding and logging their raids, I think Classic in general and Season of Discovery has a lot of people that just sort of raid with their guild, their friends, their group of people in order to, enjoy the content and have fun with that. So it is, keep in mind when you're looking at these populations that it is derived from Warcraft logs. So there could be quite a lot of people that are not rating and logging it, and that could not be reflected here. I wish we had like true demographic numbers from Blizzard to really dive into this. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll ever have that, but maybe one day we'll have a better population tracker that gives a more accurate number. But all in all, when you're looking at any graph, guys, and you're looking at trends, seeing population go from this to double and then nearly doubling again is an incredibly healthy trend to have, especially when you see such a steep fall off. We can see a steep up curve, and that is always great. I'm going to switch it over here to Kaghoe just to show you what I said. Apparently, they also tweeted out that their Kaghoe numbers were broken, and they are addressing a sort of bot concern, and I guess this number is inflated with a bunch of bots somehow. I'll keep it posted more about this, and we'll definitely do another SoD to Kaghoe comparison video to keep with that. But this is mainly talking about Phase 4 SoD, so we don't really have the data here yet. But all in all, I think it is truly awesome to see Season of Discovery on that peak. So right here in Orgrimmar. It is 10 a.m. in the morning, and Orgrimmar is a bustling city right now on Crusader Strike Horde US, and we have multiple layers. I always look at layers as a great way to just see how many people are playing, and we pretty much hit 10 layers every night around like dinner time, like 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. We have usually 10 layers on pretty much this entire Phase 4 launch week, and continuing into now. Having multiple layers here early in the morning when, you know, most people are at work and, you know, living their lives, opposed to, you know, people just, you know, gaming and playing WoW. It's very interesting to see that and just see how many people can, you know, be online, do stuff, and have a good time doing it. It's always such a, you know, weird way to look at it, but I think it is very reflective of how healthy a game is in the server. Is just simply look around, use your eyes, see how many people are playing the game, because I think it is such a cool you know, time for SoD, and hopefully SoD keeps growing. I think that is the key, and the devs being as tentative as they are to issues, problems, making Phase 4 fun, making SoD amazing, I think it has gone a long way. And, you know, whether or not you agree or disagree with the changes, seeing the dev teams make these changes for whether, you know, you like them or not, is good, because you see that they care, you see that they're listening, you see that they hear you. For Phase 3 in a while, they just said, yeah, we're just working on Kata and Phase 4 right now, so we'll get back to you. And there was like no news for over a month, and it was kind of sad. And so we see just how tentative the devs are, making awesome changes, like the amount of items they've added to the Undermine Reel system to sort of help people mitigate bad RNG, or, you know, having to go back and get certain pieces that are still pretty close to pre-bis. I think it's really good to, you know, just see those types of examples. People are struggling to get the Librams of Resilience. They made a change late last night to put those on the Undermine Reel vendor, as well as increase the drop rate a ton. So just things like that, they see where we're struggling, the points that we're breaking, where it might be unfun, or where people have cornered a market and are making it super expensive to do it. And so people are able to just play the game, get what they need, and that's always a great sign. I think the Tarnished Undermine Reel system is probably one of the best systems they've added in Season of Discovery. I'm a huge fan, and especially since they listened to a lot of feedback with the Wild Offerings and saw where Wild Offerings went terrible, and then they tweaked it a little bit like the Defiler's Scourge Stones that we saw in Wrath Classic for a catch-up mechanic, and they kind of like mixed them together and made what I think is probably the best system we've seen added to SoD thus far. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this. Do you think SoD is truly saved? Do you think these numbers are going to continue growing? I know there's been a lot of negative feedback from creators talking about, oh, Phase 4s and all that, my problems with Phase 4, and negative hate watching. You know, those do better. But I truly think that Phase 4 is saving SoD, and the numbers do not lie. You're looking at a trend. Sure, you can point out, oh, the number isn't as high as it was. Well, you know, it's doubled twice in a row weekly, and I think that is something to look at, especially when you're looking at any numbers. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.